Usually I do some weird videos, but today I wanted to actually talk today and get this going. Alright, so this is pretty much all about my issues after my father's death. And first of all, I almost died in the hospital. But eventually I was alright. The reason I died was because of overdose drugs and alcohol poison. And there was reasons why I did all this. Because of stress. Well, not stressed, I was more like irritated. Put down, felt like a loser, piece of shit. But this is where it all kinda happened. Alright, so after my father passed, of course, it was unexpectedly. Well, before my father passed, I had a lot of shit going on. You know, I was going to his house in Plainville. My mom actually moved out for a while and lived at her mother's house in Plainville. She was fighting cancer. So, I was going there. I was coming back here. So I was going to 3 houses. I was pretty much taking care of 2 people. My mother because of her cancer, and my father that was really partying a lot. He was really getting sick with the drugs and alcohol. I'm pretty much almost went in the same direction as him. I don't know which direction I'm going to go in life. But after my father passed, something happened. Alright, I went to spare time. Of course, I was in some type of date, and I really enjoyed it. You know, it was like my first date. You know, she lived in Plainville, where my father stayed. And there was this other chick I knew since 10 years old. She's got 2 kids, 2 boys. She got nailed off with 2 guys, and honestly, when she found out my father died, before we continue the story, she's been on me since, 15. She always wanted a relationship with me, which I didn't look at it like that. I didn't look at her as a future wife or anything. Okay, so, it just turns out, like, she always hated me. She started hating me since 14. She was saying that since 14, and it kind of put me down. And, well, actually, I'm going to say the name because I feel like it needs to get out of my system. Because I'm going to be telling the counselor. Because I just got out of outside rehab, diabetic. But I'm in counseling. But her name is Tori Teeple, and people that I knew since 10 years old. She was the one that got me going ibuprofen. You know, I do some ibuprofen shit and aspirin, Tylenol. Tori was actually the one that got me. I want to say it's not a drug. It is a drug. I mean, it's gonna poison your liver and shit like that. But she's the one that kind of told me to do that shit. I was not gonna do it, but all the stuff she put me into, I kind of started doing it. So basically, she's the one that made me who I am. So let's get back to the story when I was in the day in the bone now. Alright, so she comes by and she tries to make a move on me, and I don't want her making a move on me and shit like that. Then she started, like, I don't know, getting all aggressive to me and shit like that, and putting me down a little bit. So, of course, I lost, I lost my temper a little bit. Then her mom that came up to me, she's like, you need to go home. You need to go home. Really? Telling me I needed to go home. You're not my kid. Her name is Heather. You're not my kid. I mean, yeah, that doesn't sound right. I'm not your son. I'm not your kid. I'm a little stressed out, but this video should make me feel a little better with the closure. I'm talking like this because I just got up in bed, but fortunately, it became into a big argument. Then something very sad happened. Tori tells her sons, way in front of me, "Here's your daddy," talking about me. I'm looking at her like, why are you doing this? Really? Why are you doing this? And I didn't know what to say because I was in a position now I didn't know what to do. So I said no and broke my heart when the kids started to they started to have like a meltdown. Then Tori was like, "Oh, Daddy needs to go home and have a special cigarette." In other words, smoking weed. Because it seems like I can't live without having a puff without, without responding a yes. Which I would have probably said no anyway, but it really put me down. Then I kind of felt bad. So a few weeks later, me and my mom went to Walmart. Of course, she was still fighting cancer, and alright, so this is where it really kind of put me put me down completely. Tori had a friend named Melissa. I always wondered if they were sisters, which they're not, but they really look alike. So weird. I always wanted to ask. So, I'm with my mom. Tori's like, she's telling me to go somewhere else. She wanted to talk to my mom. Adult talk. I didn't want to. She's like, go before I get the securities on you. And knowing that could be, I didn't listen to her. I kind of went another hour on listening to the whole bullshit. Tori's bullshitting to my mom when she had cancer. I really felt bad for my mother. Right there, I was like, how dare, if Tori was here, I'd be like, how dare you? Really? How dare you? But, alright, so, this is a couple years back now. So, Tori asked, could we try again in a couple years? So, maybe I felt bad and all that, but, I said yeah, and then she got all cocky, and her and her friend walked out of the store, and Tori screamed out to the store, and that, it really, I'm a human too. I'm a human too. I almost feel like bursting in tears with this a little bit, but I'm trying not to because this happened a couple years ago. Come on. So, basically, she screamed out of the store. That was special ed, that was an implementer. I had employees coming up to me asking if I wanted them to call the police. I said no. I let them go. I'm sorry that I said that because it really put me down. It really did. My mother was fine. I was going through all this shit and I had to hear all this bullshit. And I was gonna go out with her again a couple of years, from that event. I don't want to see her no more because the way she put me down made me feel like a piece of shit. That's very fucked up, man. It's fucked up. Then, months later, she wanted to, try again, and she backed up. I was excited, but whatever. I woke up a little better, but yeah, she really, Tori put me down, and when she walked off of me again, she was like,